Oh, so good morning, everyone. I'm sitting here looking at your comments, scrolling by as we get started for another broadcast, and this one just made me feel good. Sherry is enjoying bacon and eggs this morning, and for a second, I imagined myself a cousin or friend of Sherry's visiting and having bacon and eggs this morning for breakfast, and I felt good. I just had to say that. Good morning, everyone. This is Coffee and Headlines, and it is Saturday all day long. There, enough. Before YouTube gets on our case for playing copyright music, this is Coffee and Headlines. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Our morning get-together where we take a look at news, like hurricane news heading right at us. Actually, Janet, the good news is that the hurricane is not heading right at us. That's how rumors get started. The hurricane is heading north of us, and we'll talk about that in a second. But anyhow, here's where we share news that we know, the news that we get from credible news sources. We share tips on how to best enjoy our time in Puerto Vallarta, our city of choice. And we connect with one another. We connect with each other. We learn from one another. We discover new places, new things to do, new fun stuff, so we can have a great life living here in Puerto Vallarta. Today is Saturday, October 1st. Yes, October is here, as Dave Schwartz pointed. Yes, October, yikes. This means that winter is around the corner, fall is around the corner. The weather will turn in just a few days, and I am so excited about that. We have news today, as always, of course, but before we get into our news, I would like to welcome anyone that is watching live for the first time and joining us for the first time. Please write the word new in your comment, and we will try our best to give you a nice little welcome. If you have something truly important that you wish to share with a cluster, feel free to add a capital letter Q so that we can find your comment more easily. News today include an update on Tropical Storm Orlene, and it is still a tropical storm. We have news about septihambre. We have a little reminder of what that means. A hotel is scheduled for demolition in San Pancho. We'll tell you why, or actually we'll wonder if they'll actually do it. And there's some nasty business going on at City Hall that I want to touch base on. And of course, we have a little walk around of the Corner Bar, a really wonderful place that I discovered for the first time yesterday at the suggestion of our dear friend Michael Beaufort, who has, by the way, reopened all his restaurants. That's right. Bravo and Siam are ready to go for the season, and I am excited about that. So I think we're all set. Are we all set? Let's get started. Oh, I see a new person. Denise, I will get to you in a second. But first, we continue to keep an eye on Tropical Storm Orlene, which is presently heading north towards the coast of Sinaloa. The good news is that beyond rain, it will not affect our bay. Nonetheless, local authorities have chosen to close navigation to and from all local ports. So no water taxiing to Yelapa for you today. In case you were thinking of a small little getaway, stay home and binge on your favorite TV series instead. Now, if you haven't heard of it, septiambre is a term locals use to refer to September, allegedly the slowest month of the year, when it comes to tourism and revenue, or the month in which hambre, or hunger, prevails. Therefore, that's why we play with the name of the month, and instead of calling it septiembre, we call it septiambre. But could we have broken that spell? Was this September so bad that we would call it septiembre? Well, in this news report, we learned that hotel occupancy was above 60% throughout the month, whereas in years past, it barely reached 40%. That is a notable difference. The fact is, there is movement and activity in the city. There are tourists and there are locals that are eager to spend money. And this is awesome. Are things usually better during the winter and spring months? Absolutely. And most specifically for those that choose to cater to people that are likely to be here during that time. But for the rest of us, it's good. It's business as usual. So should we continue to call it septiambre? I don't think so. Now this is nasty. PROFEPA, which is the Federal Environmental Protection Attorney's Office, has filed against a hotel built in San Pancho in Riviera Nayarit, ordering them to remove construction that is built right on the beach where it is illegal to build. The article does not offer many details, but it is fairly well known that local activists have been lobbying against this particular construction project for years. And the back and forth between these activists and the developer has not been, let's say, it has not been pretty. And I haven't been to San Pancho in quite a while, but if I was there and I saw this building right on its beautiful beach, I would cringe. I would be unhappy as well. And speaking of unhappy, this image and other similar ones are now making headlines. What you're looking at is a council member returning a yellow envelope that she's returning it to Mayor Michel. She allegedly received it from Mayor Michel's son, Jesus Michel, who allegedly gave her bribe money for her to approve modifications to the municipality's budget after it was submitted and approved by the state Congress. Shady. Council member Carla Esparza also denounced that it is well known that Puerto Vallarta is not so secretly run by our mayor's sons, Jesus and Emmanuel, from a second location, which is dubbed as the second city hall. Then things got really ugly, and this was happening in a regular council meeting, which is usually attended by and covered by reporters. Mayor Michel apparently ended up taking a break and disappearing, only to come back later on and postponing the rest of the meeting until Tuesday. Now, is this true or is it politics? Well, we have no idea. All we know is that this very unfortunate incident brings the legitimacy of our government to question. And again, these images and the story are now making national headlines. Not good for the government of Puerto Vallarta, not at all. But there's very little we can do about it from where we sit. Instead, let's take a look at the weather. Oh, 6 seasons and a movie. I have no idea what that means. But what I do see is that we are enjoying 26 degrees right now. Humidity is at 88%. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 79. And our weather forecast for today says rain and humidity throughout the day with a high of 30 and a low of 24. Tomorrow, Sunday, it will rain and it'll be humid through the day with a high of 28 and a low of 25. Are you noticing that temperatures are coming down? I am. And then Monday, we'll begin our week with more rain and humidity with a high of 29 and a low of 22. I love the comment from Chris Miller. Chris says, escándalo. Well, yes, there's a scandalo in City Hall. So we'll see what the news have to say on Monday about that one. Let's see what else we have. Charlotte says, I love the guy on the right of the woman in the photo. I don't have to give my money back, right? Well, I tell you, we can make fun of this, but okay, a little aside. I actually think it is good that these things are coming to light. Now, if it's just politics, which we don't know, then it is unfortunate that the politicians are behaving badly. But if it is actual corruption, then I think it is very good that people are starting to question these habits, because there's no place for them anymore, if you ask me. Now, let's start with a couple of leisurely things before we'll actually have one leisurely thing before we get into our walk around. I'm not as much of a consumer as I used to be when I was younger, but Vans Mexico has just announced a line of sneakers, socks, and t-shirts commemorating the Day of the Dead. Vans is, of course, an American manufacturer of skateboarding shoes and related apparel, established in Anaheim, California. And their sneakers are to die for. So if you happen to be looking for new sneakers and you want to get excited about Day of the Dead, you can find Vans stores at Liverpool and the shopping center and so forth and so on. They're expensive, but they're really pretty. Anyhow, this brings us to our walk around. Again, as a reminder, several weeks ago, Michael Bufford, who is not much more of a bar goer than I am, made a surprise comment here at Coffee and Headlines. Well, it surprised me when Michael said, you should go check out the Corner Bar. And I thought to myself, well, Michael doesn't go to bars, so there must be something special at this place. So I figured I'm going to go check it out. So Michael sent me to check out the bar. And as I told you yesterday, we went. We had a great time. Yesterday I had a hangover, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Let's have a look at what made this place special. Okay. So Michael Bufford suggested that we come and check out this place. I am sitting here with two bar experts from the city. Sitting to my right is Logan. Logan, you've been here before?
I've been here before. I've only been here once before. Yes, about a year ago.
And what was your impression?
It was the day the Atlantis cruise comes, which is the big gay boat that comes in once a year. And we had a great time. I was here with friends who were off the boat, so yeah.
Biba! Paul, have you been here before?
I've been here several times, actually, and it's wonderful. I have not been here this early in the afternoon because it's 6 o'clock, and I tend not to start drinking before 5. Anyway, where were we? No, I've been here later in the evening, often after a show at Act 2 Entertainment, because we're right downstairs from Act 2 Entertainment, and it's fabulous, and there's always a nice, fun crowd, very mixed. It's a nice space. I really like it here.
Well, this is my first time, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to one of the owners. But let me show you around. This is called the Corner Bar, and it's been around for a while. This is the brainstorm of André de la Puente and somebody that I'm about to meet that is a little tied up right now. But let me show you. This is a tiny, cute little place. And it's air conditioned. I never mentioned that. It's a small corner bar. I like the fact that the TV screen says, let's get un poquito fucked up, a nice combination of languages. And what I have heard about this place is that the wait staff is quite generous with their outfits, and I can see that that is the case. Don't spoil my narrative. Paul was making fun. But no, it is a cute little place. As you can see, here I am with the microphone. And over here is the bathroom. Hola. Oh, this is where we go. Well, it's good to see that we can go. And this is what the place is. And hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to one of the owners as soon as he takes care of a little something. But at least we've had a chance to look at this cute little space that you can come and enjoy. As long as we are here and recording, what's new in your life, Paul?
What's new in my life? Do you mean who or what?
Well, whatever you want to share with my audience.
Well, we have a new menu coming out at Hotel Mercurio, which is going to be fabulous. We have some new vegetarian and vegan options, and we have a Reuben sandwich that is going to be fabulous because we're brining our own brisket and fermenting our own sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And we have a Thai shrimp burger with ginger and toasted sesame, and that's going to be fabulous too. So I'm excited about our new menu. And not to steal the thunder from your video about the corner bar, which is where we are here enjoying.
This is okay. I mean, we are here in Emiliano Zapata, the only neighborhood in Puerto Vallarta that has, 50-something LGBT businesses and not a single supermarket.
Yeah. Well, if we could get a Mack truck in here to supply a supermarket on these narrow cobblestone streets, that could change, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Logan, what's new with you?
What's new with me? Nothing's really new. We're ready for season. We're ramping up for season. Getting in shape for all the busy time. Enjoying this last little bit of quiet, rainy, stormy weather, and looking forward definitely for the weather to change for sure.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes.
Well, nothing's new with me other than the fact that we are out bar hopping at 6 o'clock in the evening. We're taking the matinee shift. We are enjoying ourselves, and I know that this place is going to become really lively, but not just yet. No, that's not true. We are here, so it's lively.
It's lively already.
Yeah. But this is a cute little space. It's air-conditioned. It's right next to Act 2 Entertainment. Look
Hello.
at that. I mean, this is just nice to look at. Anyhow, this is us, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to one of the owners who seems to be a little bit tied up right now, but hopefully we'll get to that later on. Okay, so we have one of the owners now, and he's sitting in front of me, and we're going to hear all the blow-by-blow because we haven't. What is your name?
Chuck Suda.
Chuck, how did you end up here owning a bar? With Andre, right?
With Andre, yeah. Andre's my best friend, and we've always decided we were going to open a business together, and we designed and opened this now 12 months ago. Next month it'll be 12 months, so.
How long have you been in Puerto Vallarta?
I've lived here now full-time for 2 years, but my husband and I have been coming down for 12 years, so. And we love this city, so.
Had you been a business owner in town before, or is this a new venture?
No, but my husband owns Renew next door, and we both own businesses back in the U.S., so experienced business owners.
So what has been like your biggest pleasure of running the bar?
Just the reception that people have gotten from it. They said Vallarta had been missing something like this, and it's just been well received. We found if people come down their first day of vacation, they come here every night. So it's been rewarding to see stuff like that. So.
Okay, you opened the door for a loaded question.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. No, but I'm curious about this because, this neighborhood has, how many gay bars do we have? We have like 20-something. And you say to me that people have been looking for something like this. So my loaded question is, what makes your bar different than all the others? Why would anyone choose to come and hang out at your bar and not some of the others?
Well, so for me, there's all my favorite bars in Chicago I tried to combine into one. There was a bar called Mini Bar, and they had these beautiful shirtless bartenders, but they were not friendly.
Shady.
So I decided I wanted to have a bar that was shirtless bartenders who were super friendly. And I wanted a place with great drinks and a place where you could just come and hang out with your friends or meet new people. And that's what people have done here. Everyone becomes friends when they come to this bar. So.
You seem to have accomplished that because your staff is very nice looking. Let me ask you one final question. Is there something that you want people to know about your bar that we haven't talked about?
I'd just say come check out the corner bar and you'll see why everybody loves it. So.
Well, there you have it. That was our quick and dirty here at the corner bar. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pablo.
This is the corner bar as suggested by Michael Buford. And ciao. Okay, so a couple of additional comments. First of all, I want to thank the owners of the bar for allowing us to go in there and enjoy their place. It was beautiful. It was tiny. It was air conditioned. It was comfortable. And it was wonderful to get in there early in the evening, and the music was not loud. It was very comfortable because you want to go into a bar, or I want to go into a bar, and I want to enjoy a nice conversation at that time of day. The bar is not a dance bar, so it makes sense that, and I'm grateful for the fact that you could walk into the bar and enjoy a nice conversation early on. The drink menu was beautifully laid out. They had a lot of signature cocktails. They had no beer in the menu, which made me laugh because I thought to myself, sometimes you just crave a cold beer. But no, I'm sure they have beer available, but they have a beautiful drink menu. And there was this comment that I made yesterday that I want to revisit, because yesterday I told you that this is a bar where people can watch you pee. And I want to qualify that because it is true and it is fun. If you notice, there is this rectangular window behind Paul, and that window is right above the urinal. Now, don't start going ew on me. And let's face it, if you're a boy, more than once, regardless of whether you're gay or straight, you've been standing at a urinal and some guy is standing next to you. And what do? We check out each other's junk. I mean, that's the truth. If you can tell me, if you're a man and you're out there and you can tell me that you never checked somebody's junk while you were going number one in a public place, I will be very surprised. So it is very fun because you're sitting there and all of a sudden you can see people, standing on the other side of that window, and people are like, looking down, because, we want to look down. We want to make sure that we aim properly. And that it was fun. It was fun. Now, there were not a lot of people there. I knew that question would come up. I'll get to that in a second, Judy. There were not a lot of people, but I can imagine sitting there later on in the evening and checking out whether people are checking each other out as they're going number one. And this reminds me of an old restaurant that used to be in Mexico City when I was a kid. It was called Los Comerciales. And Los Comerciales was a fun, gaggy restaurant, as in gags and jokes and things like that, not gag as in ugh. And in Los Comerciales, there used to be a sculpture of David, a reproduction of Michelangelo's David in the women's restroom. And it had a fig leaf in front of the junk. And it was rigged in such a way that every time a woman would enter the restroom and would lift the fig leaf, a bell would ring in the main restaurant. So it was actually funny to go to the restaurant and check out ladies coming out of the bathroom, and everybody knew that they had been scoping David's junk in the sculpture. Anyhow, I get distracted with this. It was fun to do this. Oh, and last but not least, that was me holding the interview style microphone that was generously donated to Coffee and Headlines. So we had a good time having fun with the microphone. And again, I would recommend this bar anytime for anyone that wants to just chill and have a nice cocktail and a little bit of eye candy. The waiters were very, very nice to look at. And let me address this one because it's right in front of me. I asked this question very specifically, Judith. Women are allowed to go to the corner bar. There is a restroom, there's a toilet that is behind a door, and the toilet can be used by men or women. So you are more than welcome to go into this inclusive establishment, and I totally recommend it. Let me now rewind all your comments and start from the beginning. A very good place to start. Good mornings all around. I love it. And I love all your hearts that are, I see you clicking on the heart as I am narrating, and I see all your hearts. There's a little signal that I get here whenever you press the heart button. Let's see. Many, many good mornings. Charles is hosting family from Morelia. How wonderful. Take them shopping for Butterfingers. Yay. Many good morning. Ooh, fancy. Kelly is watching on the big screen TV. That makes me feel important, which I'm not, but I'm grateful for that. Luisa says it's Sabadaba, and I agree with you. I'm going to go play hooky with my friends after the broadcast. I'm so excited. Oh, I would love to make you breakfast, especially since I have coffee with you every morning. God bless you, Sherry. I loved hanging out with you in our past members only broadcast, which we did. We're going to announce a new members only broadcast sometime this week so we can catch up with one another and see what everybody is up to. I saw Denise go by in the comments. Welcome, Denise. It's great to have you here at Coffee and Headlines. You know what this is about because you've probably been here before. But if you haven't, if you are a local or are planning of becoming a local, or you are a visitor that thinks more like a local or wants to see the local side of living in Puerto Vallarta, you've come to the right place. Feel free to share your questions and concerns with us, and we'll try to create connections with you and for you. And thank you, everybody, for making Denise feel at home. I really appreciate this habit that all the cluster members have to welcome other people. Yay. Luisa says bravo to Bravo. Yes, this is one of our favorite restaurants in town. Bill is excited about both restaurants, which is good. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Eric says, so much for a corruption-free administration. You know, I don't think there is a corruption-free administration anywhere in the world. I mean, do you? I think there's bound to be corruption of one kind or another because it's part of the system. But again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, if this is indeed, if it's just politics, it's like, you know, get on with it and really focus on what's important, which is our lives and, you know, really having things work the way they're supposed to. But if it's corruption, Dave is right. We need more of the in-your-face corruption busting. And I think social media can be very helpful or very destructive to that effect. Ooh. This made me laugh. Oh, God bless you, Alex and Steve. 16 days, 12 hours, and 26 minutes. Not that anyone's counting. I have to love that comment, but it's probably now 24 minutes, not 26. Let's see. There's a question here. We will be coming down for Day of the Dead. Where is a good place to go for that? Thank you in advance. Mike, the good news is that Day of the Dead is something that appeals to both visitors and locals. So regardless of whether you're one or the other, we are bound to include all kinds of coverage about it as the date nears. So my best suggestion, I don't have a specific answer for you yet, because you want to keep in mind that Day of the Dead celebrations were canceled for 2 years in a row due to the pandemic. And now we are all waiting with much anticipation to see what exactly will happen this year. And as soon as we find out, we will start trickling this information. So the best thing that I can suggest at this point, Mike, is that you stay close to Coffee and Headlines and keep coming back, because this information will start this information will become public in the next few days. Harold comments on the San Pancho Hotel. Yes, it's been a long battle, as I understand it. I don't know all the details. And again, I don't know if they will actually demolish the building. That is a very harsh sentence, and we will have to wait and see what goes on with that. I see lots of sweet comments about the interview. Thank you so very much. It's like Hooters, but for gay men. I suppose you're right, because you know the staff was very carefully chosen to be both charming and nice looking, and this was accomplished. Let's see what else. Christine Marie says, just don't check out my junk, please. Well, as long as you don't put it where it's bound to be looked at, I don't know what to tell you. Junk checking. I will confess, I check junk, and it's in my nature. What can I tell you? And if you hate me or you think I'm a perv, then so be it. I hate asking again, but what is the name of Mexican Butterfinger candies you have discovered? Oh, Bob, shit, I forget. I have them over there in the refrigerator, and I will make a point to put one right here on my desk after the broadcast is over so that I can answer your question on Monday. Uh, 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 uh. Dan says, fun show today. Kathy is busy making banana bread. I can't wait for you guys to come back sometime in the next few weeks. You guys are coming back. I look forward to seeing you again. And Nancy says, there is a brand new event happening on the Isla Cuale on November 2nd. Talk to Guy Weeks. Thank you for the tip, Nancy. I am afraid we don't play fetch. So I don't go and talk to Guy Weeks. What I do is I look for headlines. So if there is a new event happening on the Isla Cuale and we see a headline about it, then we will be happy to talk about it. But other than that, that's the way Coffee and Headlines operates. So this is what we had for today. And boom, 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 boom. It is Saturday. Go and have fun. I will have fun, and I hope you will too. Tomorrow, remember, if we get a lot of rain, just stay home. I don't think it's going to get ugly, but stay home nonetheless. Catch up on shows on Netflix, and I will see you again on Monday. Have an awesome weekend.